Hello everybody, this is James Diamond and we are excited to bring you a pre-launch special on a very interesting product that a lot of people have been asking us for over time, and we have finally finished up with it and we are ready to start the pre-production sales. So here's what it is. It is the BT-30 ATC, or automatic tool changing spindle, that you can also use a drawbar with. And here are some of the significant benefits of using this with your Sherline or your Taig mill or even your custom setup. Now, something I want to point out ahead of time is that when I show you this 3D printed model, this is just a 3D printed model, and that the actual thing is going to look a little different. That headstock will have on the bottom the hole in it for the set screw for the Sherlines, and it will also have flanges on there that will fit an adapter that we'll make for this for the Taig mill. Anyway, let's start talking about some of the features. Now, some of the good parts about this compared to some of the other headstocks is this has a dual stack right near the head, or right near the spindle where the tooling sets in there, that captures a good portion of the taper. Here's what I'm talking about. If you take a look at the BT-30, we have designed this so that there is very little flange that sticks out, and this can fit deep into these bearings. Now, the really nice thing about this fitting deep into these bearings is that that's where the work is really happening at, is inside of those bearings, and it does an excellent job of transferring energy into the bearings, then into the headstock, into the Z-axis carriage, and the column, and so on. So now you have excellent energy management when it comes to your milling, and you can reduce your chances of having chatter, which means you can cut faster and you can have a better quality finish. Very significant benefits. Now, the interesting thing too about using the BT-30 tooling is this tooling, not only does it come in a gazillion different varieties, from shrink fit to indexable cutters on there, but it's inexpensive. For the precision that you can get out of this, very inexpensive. It's not that uncommon to find these with a 1/10,000th or 2/10,000ths run out, which is awesome, especially when you compare it to some of the other options out there. The R8s, if you were to get a good R8 collet, those are around 5/10,000ths to 6/10,000ths to 8/10,000ths in there. Again, these 1/10,000ths or 2/10,000ths. That is a significant factor of accuracy that you get when you have this in your mill. So the other thing is that people have been asking once in a while is, hey, we thought about this ourselves too, is there really any benefit to using the BT-30 when compared to using the Tormach tooling system? Because we are a Tormach tooling system dealer, and we sell our R8 headstocks all over the world, and people use the Tormach with those. However, there was a couple very specific problems we knew that we would have to address, that the Tormach was kind of falling down on the job a little bit, if you will. Now, don't get me wrong, if you've got an R8, I think the Tormach tooling system is really great for people who already have an R8, or if that's really what you genuinely want. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Now, when you compare the Tormach tooling system, this is the tool right here, this is the adapter collet, to a BT-30, the taper portion right here, that is where all the grip is happening at. Now, the taper on the BT is much, much longer, which means this can set up into the bearings much farther, and typically most R8 spindles, the taper actually hangs outside of the bearings. So that's not really where you want it to be. But here's the big thing. Here's the big reason that we really decided to go ahead and make the BT-30 taper headstock. And this is it. Whenever you have a spindle, obviously the spindle sets in bearings. Now, anything in between the bearing and your actual cutter is going to add run out or inaccuracies or error. So what happens is you put a spindle inside this, that's going to add a little bit of inaccuracy, but now you're going to use this collet. That's going to add some inaccuracy. You're going to use the Tormach tool, and that's going to add some inaccuracy. So now what happens is you have inaccuracy on top of inaccuracy on top of inaccuracy, and when you get done, this is called stacking, error stacking. When you get done, at the cutter end of it, you can have a lot more run out than probably what you really want. Now for some guys, it's not a problem if they're just doing some generalized hobby work, but for those who really want to get the most precision out of their mill, this ended up being a problem. The best way to address it was actually go with the commercial quality tooling. Again, 1 10,000s, 2 10,000s run out. They're cheap and they're everywhere, and there is a lot of variety. In fact, even if you wanted to get yourself brand name ones, big name tooling like this, you can buy the used tooling everywhere on the market. You can hit eBay, you can hit Amazon, it's all over the internet. So great thing. This is a significant improvement. So if you can imagine getting commercial grade finishes and tooling for your mill, that's what this does. Now let me talk to you about the tool changing capability of this. Now one of the cool things about this is that you have an option to either use the drawbar, or you can use the tool changing pedal clamp, which would use a pneumatic system and disc springs. This though, the drawbar version, is what I actually recommend unless you are going to do a full-blown automatic tool changing system. And there's a couple reasons I recommend just going with the drawbar. It fits right into the top, and you can use the threads that are already inside this, so that when you put this in here, the only thing you really need to do, get yourself a cordless impact driver, a 3/8" socket adapter and socket that fits the drawbar. The only thing you have to do is just zip this on there. It'll pull this right up in there, sit nice and solid, and when you want to eject the tool, you just reverse this, zip it, and it pops right out. You can actually change this tooling using one of these drivers in just seconds. So it's extremely fast. And if you go down that route, you don't have to run air into your spindle to be changing the tools, and you don't have to have an air compressor banging away in your shop all the time just for this. So those are some significant advantages, and I think you are going to absolutely love using a commercial quality tooling setup, the BT-30, on your mill. Of course, as I mentioned at the outset, this is a pre-sales promotion that we're running, and here are the sweet deals that we're offering. For those of you who are very early adopters, we have introduced what we call our platinum level. Now there's 3 levels of rewards or bonuses that you can get depending on how fast you act on this. The first 2 people are going to get our platinum level rewards, and that is the following. The 2 bearings right here at the front where the actual tool holder goes into, this is where all that work's being done. Now the best bearings you can get are going to be a precision matched set of angular contact bearings. So for the first 2 people who are early adopters, we're rewarding you with a matched set of ABEX 7 angular contact bearings. And in addition to that, you'll be getting a spindle arbor that's been balanced to 10,000 RPM, and you'll be getting our new pulley. The new pulleys that we offer are a 5-rib pulley. It's got 2 steps on it. It's able to handle over 3,000 watts, so you can put a lot of power to this and you can get a lot of work, a lot of cutting done. Now, if you didn't happen to get on board fast enough and you couldn't take advantage of the angular contact bearings, our gold rewards is for the next 15 people. And those people will get a dual stack of ABEX 7 deep groove bearings, and they'll get the 10,000 RPM balanced spindle, and they'll be getting the 2-step ribbed pulley. Now if you happen to miss out on that, our 3rd level is our silver level, and that will run until August 31st, and then that deal is also done. What you get in the silver level is you'll get the balanced spindle to 10,000 RPM, and you'll be getting the 2-step pulley at no charge. So there is some significant savings there. If you get in early and you're the first two, on the Platinum, you'll be saving over $800. That's $800 in bonus. If you get in on the Gold promotion, that's over $500 in extra upgrades that you'll be getting. And if you get in on the Silver, you'll be saving around, I believe it's around $140 in upgrades. Now, of course, even if you missed the Gold, or you missed the first two, or you missed the first 15, then that's okay too if you want to still get the extra bearings, because you can still upgrade those bearings if you're in the Silver, but you'll just be getting the balancing and the pulley for free. Hopefully that makes sense. So this is what I would also ask of you. If you could do this for us, this would be awesome. Go ahead and take this video, take our web page, put it as many places as you can on Facebook or in the machine forums, so we can spread the word and really get this out there. This is a really amazing product for your Taig, your Sherline, or your custom mill. So once again, this is James Diamond, and I shall talk to you later. If you have any questions, you can visit us at GlockCNC.com and also contact us through there.